want to share with you that I believe consultants come in all different shapes and sizes. And it's not lost on me that sometimes the whole branding of consultants gets a little bit poked at, trash talked. So, there's a million different steakhouses out there. Most of them provide quality food. Not everyone or not every steak eater loves every steakhouse. You have your preferences, you have your favorites, you have your nuances. Well, it's no different with consulting firms. So I don't know what other people do, and I don't ever concern myself with what my competition does or what other consulting firms do. But to me, the only thing that should matter in a consulting practice is that you are providing value that is unparalleled for your client, whether they realize it or not. And that means as a consultant, you have to be fearless in being able to be direct and honest and forthright with your client, even to the point where the client might say, I refuse, I'm not going to do that, you're out of here. And that happens to us quite often, okay? So we're not perfect, but that happens to us quite often. So we always try to take the high road whether people like it or not. What I find is that our clients fall into buckets, So business owners that are doing, I guess for argument's sake, under $6, $7, $8, $9 million, they're just terrified of bringing in consultants and the cost, and they don't really want to measure the potential benefit. They're just concerned about the cost. I think once a business owner breaks that $10 million range, their fear of cost seems to go down dramatically. As the revenue goes up, the fear of the investment, the cost goes down significantly. We want to work with anyone that wants to improve, and we want to earn your respect every day. But that only happens when an owner follows what we tell them to do. And if an owner will not follow what we tell them to do, we will gladly shake your hand and leave. So recently we had a client over in on the Gulf Coast of Florida that was doing about $20 million a year and absolutely making no money. And it was a family-run business and absolutely making no money with about 300 employees. And it was supposed to be about a 5-6 month project, and after 4 weeks the project ended. They just refused, absolutely abjectly refused to do what we asked them to do, to tell them what to do and how to do it. Refused. Argument every day. And instead of take their money and have someone that just be so annoyed with us, we decided, better to part company today than later. And I don't know if that's the right thing in a lot of people's eyes, but it's the right thing in our eyes, okay? So we're not perfect. We will be confrontational. We will push you up against the wall. We will make you do things that are probably unpleasant and uncomfortable, but what we want for you is the results. And I don't know how to get people over the fear of consulting other than to be totally honest and transparent about it. So I show everyone that wants to talk to me I show them all the negative crap that's been written about us on the internet. Mostly by employees that we try to hold accountable or we push to accountability. But there's negative crap out there, and it's just part of life. But there's negative stuff on steakhouses. There's negative stuff on Apple. There's negative stuff on Google. There's negative stuff on McDonald's. And people don't run away from them. But they use it as an excuse to run away from their reality. Their reality is looking in the mirror. So when an owner doesn't want to look in the mirror, then they start to look for excuses why they don't need to look in the mirror. And that's what they find when they look online and they see some stuff that people write that's negative about professional services firm. So I think consulting is a great tool. I think consulting in specific areas is a great benefit for owners. I think if people could put their angst aside for a short period of time and just deal with the reality of trying to improve what they've got on a one day at a time basis, they'll control the process and they can never get hurt. That's what I believe. So, I didn't know diddly squat about consulting 30 or 40 years ago, and I've been doing this now for a little over 20 years, and the people that know me and the people that work with me know they have a trusted advisor for the rest of their life, and you can ask any one of them. So that's my concept. I think consulting can yield great benefits. I think the concept of consultant versus hired gun or consultant versus trusted advisor for the long haul is what really matters. And it's no different than steakhouses. You have your favorite and you trust it and the one you like the most. I believe we should be the consultant that you trust and you rely on the most, and you'll get a return on your investment for the rest of your life. Have a great day. Successful business.